But, anyways, we have ranted and raved, so let us start the video. Let's fucking do it, guys. Let's hope it's loud enough now. And if not, I can turn it up more, but I don't know how well that's gonna affect. So I can do like a little bit of adjusting to see.
The spirit of the woods.
Yeah, no, this is a little quiet.
I saw him once when I was a child. He can look like whatever he wants to.
Okay, and then let's
but his
turn this the fuck down for now
thing,
and see how that goes.
Thing, a little like an old man.
Okay, I'm just gonna test the TTS and see how loud this is.
Okay.
Holy fuck! Yeah, no, that's way too loud. Does this work to change that? Whoops.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, no, I can't do that. Fuck, guys, these things are too quiet. Just anytime any sound effect goes off, it's gonna be fucking retardedly loud. But I don't have any way to, like, turn the audio up on this. I don't know why these videos are so quiet. So we might have another busted video. Yeah, but that kind of just ruins it. It's like if we didn't have that chime sound from the chat. Like, I don't know how to get rid of it. Other than just muting the entire fucking desktop. But I don't know how to bring this into a new audio channel. I don't want to blow out your guys' fucking headphones or speakers and shit. Okay, I'm going to try this, because this is just my sound. So let's try this.
And a little like a child.
Is that better?
A snout of a nose and paws for hands. If he likes you, he'll help you. If he doesn't like you...
Lots of people record their videos quiet, thinking that their audio setting is what's being recorded, and not the microphone / other sources' audio setting is what's being recorded. What is this? I mean, yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, if the audio is fucked on, like, this entire channel, because it's been every single video on here has been completely fucked. So, maybe this channel just doesn't work with our audio capabilities right now. Yeah, see, that's so loud. It needs to be, like, here. I haven't watched it, so I don't know if it's good, but figured we could try. Yeah, I mean, it's a new channel, right? Maybe, and I haven't watched the other one either, and it's the same type of topic, so it doesn't really matter what video we watch. I don't even remember how long the other one was. It doesn't matter. This one's 30 minutes, guys. It's going to take us 3 hours to react. That's okay. It's good. And we can add in our own ideas for, like, creating our own fairy tales, like, on the spot. It's perfect, right? So, let's check it out. This is Writing with Jenna Morecki. I don't know how to say that. Morecki? Okay.
Everybody. Today we're talking all about using folklore in your writing. That means ancient tales, mythology, crypt.
Man, this shit went by fast. Okay, let's go back. We want all the pop-ups, guys. I hate things that go, like, super fast, because it's like, oh, I don't have time to pause. I don't even know what's going on at that point. So we've got ancient tales.
Tales, mythology.
Mythology. cryptids.
All that good stuff. We're talking about how to utilize
Wait, what was that last one?
ancient tales, mythology,
I hate this shit
cryptids,
sometimes.
all that good stuff.
Oh, it just says good stuff.
We're talking about how to utilize it in your writing in a way that's original, that speaks to your passion, and is respectful to the source material. And I'm super excited to announce our special guest, dark fantasy author and creepy core and folklore podcast hostess, Iona Wayland, is here to tell us everything there is to know about writing with folklore. Iona, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi there, I'm Iona Wayland. I'm a dark fantasy author of Ashes. I'm a podcaster of creepy core and folklore, and I'm super excited that I get to talk about all the creepy stuff today.
Yes, we are super excited to have you here. If you haven't read her dark fantasy novel, Ashes, first of all, you gotta do it. It is literally one of the best novels I read in the last decade, and I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. I loved it so much. Did it make me cry at the end? Maybe a little bit. I'm just saying, if you want your heart ripped out of your chest, you definitely gotta read it. Ashes is such a perfect example of utilizing existing tales and cryptids while putting your own unique spin on them. Plus, Iona talks about all sorts of folklore in her podcast, so if anyone knows her shit, it's her. Before we
I like the fact that she swears. I like people that swear, because it means they're being genuine, because I know everyone fucking swears.
Code Folklore, so if you want to pick up
So people that don't swear, I'm like, you're just being uppity. I know you fucking swear.
to do it. It's all on sale for 15% off. You can also
So that's like an
pick up merch
insta sell point for
featuring
me is
our
if you
local
swear.
cryptid.
I mean, yeah, sure, some people don't like it, but like, you're not authentic if you don't fucking swear.
For the whole stream.
Bad words, hell yeah!
As she
This is a writing stream. We can say what the fuck we want.
The merch store
Fuck!
is below. Check it out. Now, Iona. Are
Speaking of that,
Fuck you and
starting with number one. What
Yup.
genres work best for utilizing
Yup.
folklore?
Really, any genre can use folk.
Any genre can use folklore. Whew, okay, what was I doing? I was doing something in chat and then Smokey tried to fucking kill me. What was I doing, guys? Oh, I also forgot to pin the message. Guys, hold on. I gotta find this shit. Hold on. And I gotta pin this. Where's, like, book... Oh, here's bookmarks. Okay, here it is. We gotta pin this message every stream from now on, guys. Something
Do
went
not drink
wrong.
water. Do not leave your seat.
True,
Do not
Sean.
move your feet. Do not stretch. Do not go to the bathroom. Have another toke. It's official B-Day stream plus 1 year anniversary of streaming plus 24 hours stream and RAM trophy giveaway on July 10th. Same start as always, every day. 12:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 11:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
True. Be there or be fucked. So I think having the subtitles on is probably like a good thing for this. We got an ad break incoming too, guys, so maybe we just kill it and sit through this, you know? Thanks, Sean, for the wellness check. It's always appreciated. I know it's expensive. Why even... Wait. Currently sat on the toilet viewing you. Oh, sorry, Smokey. I was spamming shit. I didn't see that. He's on the toilet watching you. I read all my comments while I'm sitting on the shitter. I post half of my shit on Twitter when I'm on the shitter. All my posts on Twitter are on the
Get up, you
shitter.
fat fuck, and touch your toes.
Oh,
I know you
no.
can't, but try anyways.
Fuck.
Don't fall over though.
Fuck. Will they ban you for posting shit on Twitter? Yeah. Figuratively, not literally.
Nice try, better luck next time, fat ass. Get back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
Yes, Mom. I seen the moon. I'm on the moon, Smokey. Can't you see? It's right there. I am on it. Very important to know that. I am streaming from the moon. And it's cool because I have a picture of, like, well, I have the image of the moon on the stream while I'm streaming on the moon. So if you actually zoom in and you had enough pixels, I'm like somewhere like there. Why did I get 1 minute and a half ad break into another one? I haven't even seen the stream yet. Oh my god, Beezus, I'm so sorry. I don't know why, but you're paying for my bills, apparently. Apparently, the stream really wants... It knows that you're going to stick around, so it's giving you more ads, bro. Hemorrhoids are often caused by pushing too hard when releasing your bowels. That's like the #1 cause generally, if not just like trying to hold it in and like, you know, other kind of stuff, but and sitting on the toilet too long. I don't know what that. I usually sit on the toilet for about an hour to an hour and a half, but like my legs fall asleep within like 30 to 40 seconds. So like my entire process is like I have like a squatty potty. So like because I have, like, the worst blood circulation, and I'm thin as fuck. So it's like the second my feet, an hour and a half is crazy. It's generally because, like, I have a really... I think too much, Book. I just need to literally distract myself. And then I'm like, oh, now I can shit. It's like I'm like... subconsciously fucking holding it in or something. I don't know. It's fucked up. It's annoying.
There's just a way to use your like intentional.
Man enjoys pooping too much. Oh, I love my pooping, Beezus. I'm on the toilet for less than 2 minutes. I wish. Then again, I wouldn't get anything done because, like, you know, all those posts I did, I was on the shitter. So I was like, I wouldn't have made those posts if I wasn't on the shitter.
Decision-making skills to choose what folktale works best there and making sure that the tone matches. Retellings are really prevalent, and they can be
you can do them not on the shitter.
Twist.
Yeah, but no.
And so really make...
See, I'm not really sure how to get like fucking notes out of this. Like, see, that's what I like about like an actual teacher being the person who's making the videos, because it's made like a lesson and it's got like a purpose to it and stuff. True, Smokey. So toilet is synonymous with posts to you? Yeah, I'm the same as Artosis, because Artosis reads the comments on his YouTube channels while he's taking a shit. I post stuff on my Twitter when I'm taking a shit. Same with TikTok. Well, I don't, like, post things. Like, I go through and I, like, comment and like stuff. Yeah, we're just having a really hard time finding, like, a new channel that has structure to it. That, like, you know, because it's, like, it's one thing to get the information, it's another thing to maintain the information. If you want to try Book Buyer, I'd be down for... Because this is a really long video, too. This is like 30 minutes long. My comment started this whole poop convo. Power of friendship thing Gurren Lagann had took me out of the story. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that, Beezus. There are some things like that that are go above and beyond, or it's like it's like magic coming out of nowhere for some reason. It's like you're in a sci-fi world, and all of a sudden magic comes out of somewhere, like the Force or something like that, which can just be like just blow everything out of proportion. People are like, "Wait, why would this even be a thing?"
Ago at time of recording, 2 tractor trailers picked up 40,000 pounds of beef each, so 80,000 pounds of beef.
So what are they talking about?
The journalist here has
I'm so
very
confused.
politely pointed out that this is enough to make 320,000 quarter pounders.
Very nice. Yes. That's
Picked them up from a slaughterhouse.
Fights in Black Clover often go like that, especially Noelle's ones. She just chooses to win. Yeah, it's the I evolve at this moment in time, and then I my page turns over and I gain a new spell, and it's like, oh my god. But it is kind of built up in like her the idea of like Noble's backstory and stuff. The last arc I watched on Black Clover was the Water Civilization one. I don't know. I liked it when they revealed the. Like, I watched the entire thing. It was fucking awesome, I thought. Not sure if it gets any better, but that one killed my soul. It's kind of up and down in some areas, but the ending is amazing. Like, the last 2 seasons, like, oh my god. And then the ending is just so beautiful. Pretty symptomatic, but it gets better. Yeah. I think the first 3 seasons are pretty lacking compared to the last 3. I think it's 6 seasons. I'm not sure.
And then disappeared.
okay.
They had forged the shipping papers, and then they just disappeared again.
Okay,
So
I don't know what this is, so
Yeah,
I'm just skipping
I
this.
didn't even
I have
think
no
this
idea
was
what
a
this
segue.
is.
We're talking about mythology today.
Ah, yes.
Well, less
That
mythology.
did end up being kind of a good segue.
Yeah, and folklore and things, because my senior thesis was in folk.
This Brandon might be better. I watched it as just a fat chunk of episodes rather than as seasons. That's an hour long. Yeah, that's a 10-hour stream right there. But it I'm just looking through to see if he mentions anything about mythology. And he said mysteries, but let's see what the board looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's specific enough. Let's just go through this section right here. So let's just do this from, like, the most common myth and, like, chatting about folklore. And let's see if this gives us anything.
Folklore. Tell me if you are my senior course, which meant your senior thesis. At the university that we went to, you had to, like, your senior year pick from a small limited number of these count as senior courses. They're harder classes, and you'll have to write a paper as part of that is kind of your capstone.
Yeah.
It was not terribly much harder, but it was a little more in-depth class. I picked mine because of the teacher.
Oh, who was
It was Dr. Thursby.
Oh, okay.
And Dr. Thursby had taught several classes. Folklore, I mean, I gravitated toward folklore anyway. Grandpa Tolkien, was so good at folklore, and I thought this is probably a good place for a fantasy author to be.
True.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's like the... I have contemplated multiple times putting an intro like the Lord of the Rings with the idea of 3,000 years. It'd be like, you know, the octopi came out of the ocean onto the land, and the many beastmen and the dragons had a great war across the land. Driven by technology and intelligence, the octopi bred the species of the land to work in their ways, creating mounts, their chocobos, their scouts, the avians, their vanguard, the insectoids. This was not enough to stand against the hordes of the beastmen, so in a final desperate act, the monarch unleashed his ultimate weapon and drew the moon from the sky. And from inside the crust of the shell of the moon, consciousness spread across the land, enabling the use of magic through consciousness. I don't know what the hell is going on here. I thought about starting my newest book with a dream sequence that would mislead the readers on what the genre of the story was. I like that, Beezus. And it's like, this could be that way too. It's like super, super almost science fiction, but then it's like super fantasy, right? But it's like, I've contemplated having that kind of thing. It's like the great battle of the worms against the monarch holding the tree, and it makes it look like the dragons and the beastmen are bad from this intro. And it's like, I want to use it so much, but that's the opening of the second book. I don't know how else to open the second book. So I'm like, it has to be the opening for the second book and set the stage for the second book, because the second book is going to be way more about Anima and Gaia and the celestial beings having an impact than it is mortal beings on the planet itself, making it an exaggerated romantic scene. And then he wakes up and blows up an orphanage. Oh, it might be a little too aggressive of a start, though. No, Beezus. Never compromise. Always press beyond. Actually, I saw this the other day, and I think this would be a great example for this. Yeah, this. Brad Pitt had it written into his Seven contract that the ending couldn't be changed. When the studio tried to alter it, he refused, protecting one of the boldest endings in film history, and it's the what's in the box scene. They wanted to change the ending on him. So don't ever feel like you should be forced, because those are the moments that stand out the most. It's like, if you think of like some of the most profound moments in movie making history, and to me one of them is the Shining, with Jack Nicholson bursting through the door and saying, "It's Johnny!" That was completely improvised. Like, there are so many amazing scenes that are 100% improvised. And they're just amazing. They thought it would be too graphic. Yeah, but that's the whole point, Raymond. That's what made it so good, was the fact that it was so graphic. That they spent the entire movie building up this premise, and to pussy out at the end is to do disservice to the rest of the movie, I believe. But that kind of shit is like, stay your ground on that no matter what anyone says, if you really believe that's how it should be, if that's how the story should be told. It's super important to rely on sticking to your guns when it comes to that. It's like, maybe the way that it's told, but not the entirety of changing it, right? Like, the way that I want to tell most of the story from the beginning of the book is in a dreamlike state, in like an auditorium, as if it was back in high school. And it's just like all the characters going through the play, doing their part, telling about the past, and everyone's, you know, basically in a trance state. Main characters sitting there eating popcorn, laughing and joking with the other characters, bantering like you would with your buddies, you know, if anyone had, like, you know, that kind of experience in high school. I was in film, so I was the guy backstage filming fucking everything, or like working with sound and shit like that, so I was always participating in that kind of shit. So like seeing it vicariously like that gives you like a completely different perspective on it, right? So I just have a lot of like feelings towards that kind of aspect and that nostalgia that it brings to me. But anyways,
A psychology department won't let me take their upper level courses.
I was in music, so you would have worked for me. Hell yeah, Levi, because I worked with a band and everything like that. But sound was like my number one thing, because I fucking love like music. I love listening to things. You know, I may hate my own voice, but I like fucking with my voice. Like, me and my brother used to make, like, StarCraft maps, and we would, like, take voice recordings of ourselves and, like, fuck around with the voice recordings and make super cool things and, like, make our own campaigns and stuff. And, you know, you have someone be like, the great darkness came across the land. You know, that kind of shit. And it was, like, all, like, reverberated, echoey, and all fucked up and stuff. Like, that's where my imagination just always go back to, is when I was a kid. I was in so many failed bands when I was younger. So it's all about bees. Let's just keep fucking trying, right?
Otherwise, that's where I'd be. I was sneaking into some of those classes anyway with my roommate. But folklore. And so Dr. Thursby taught some very good folklore classes. And I'm like, well, she's teaching a senior course this year. And it was my senior year. I'm going to take that one.
Cool. So you took folklore to help with your writing. My senior course was Joseph Conrad.
Okay.
Which I also thought would help with my writing. And all it's done is make my writing elitist and better than...
No, if there's any lessons to learn from that, it's
unpopular.
to know when it's time to give up on your dream.
There was a senior course on Tolkien the year before I graduated. So
You mean, Beezus, giving up on your dream as a career. Don't ever give up on your dream as a hobby. Right? Like, I consider this a hobby. And I'll pretty much always consider it a hobby. Because I think if it ever became a main thing, it would become... I'd become jaded with it. Because it would be like grinding in a video game versus grinding in RuneScape. And only someone who knows RuneScape knows the difference between grinding in a video game and grinding in RuneScape. I do not mind grinding in RuneScape. It has a way with it. It just, I don't know, I'm conditioned to it, I guess. But, like, doing that Expedition 33 shit of running back and forth in a circle like that shit, that was so fucking tediously fucking annoying. But I'm like, oh, but I can, like, 3-tick teaks. Like, what? Yeah, be like, Nicanor Para. Dude was a math teacher, but everyone knows him for being a poet. Never made money from it. Grinding in RuneScape, you mean training. Yeah, exactly. There you go, Levi. See, that's the difference, is like training. But I mean, you could be grinding for like a drop, right? You could be grinding for a T-bow. You could be grinding for... So it doesn't necessarily just mean training your skills and leveling up. It's also like, you know, getting all the combat achievements, you know, doing, you know, if maybe you're an Iron Man and you just, maybe it's just grinding for money so you can buy a Shadow or a T-bow, right? I hate RuneScape more than I hate myself. Nice, Beezus. That's okay. I hate myself more than I hate RuneScape. I'll tell you that.
to like 2 years before you graduated. That would have been fun.
Yeah, my honors. What do they call them?
This doesn't seem like this is very
mentor,
this is very
chair, whatever.
informative. They're
So
just
Steve
talking about their
Walker, who
college
taught the
experience.
Tolkien class. But I didn't take the Tolkien class from him. I took some other class from him.
Yep. But folklore, so I happen to know a decent amount about folklore from Dr. Thursby. Her specialty was food lore.
Oh, really?
Yes, specifically Basque food lore.
That is amazing.
Yep. Well, it was really fun because you don't think of folklore and think of food lore. But
I do, because food lore is a huge thing, and it's like, what is Basque food? The fuck is that? Huh. Watched a video short. Guy on a jet ski by the dock, really heavy set, like a Hawaiian look. Would look at him and think, damn. Calls a skinny guy to ride with him, and as soon as the other guy's foot touches the jet ski, it sinks. It's from the north of Spain. Looks really good. Like, I don't know if it's supposed to be sweet, but it says, like, it's flowers? But, like, look at this shit. Like, this looks like something I would do. This is, like, what, shredded onions with, like, is that meat on, like garlic bread with, like, is that, like, a bacon? Like, this looks like, is that crab? That looks amazing. Dude, this looks so... Wait, are those potatoes? Are those, like, baked potatoes wrapped in, like, some sort of meat on a bun? Holy fuck, dude, that looks so good. This looks like the type of food I'd make, just like the randomest combo of shit. Oh my god. Now I'm hungry. Families from Spain, that shit is so good. Oh, I believe it. I have to try that shit out, Raymond. Damn. Order that shit from Amazon. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm ordering straight from China from Amazon. It's gonna be like a 6-hour delivery. Authentic Chinese food from China delivered via drone from Amazon. Now I'm attempting to make it myself and get food poisoning. There you go, Beezus. I mean, if you don't get food poisoning, did you really do it right? Okay, guys, we're getting an ad break coming up here, so again, we'll kind of just pause things out for Beezus' sake. And, yeah, it is what it is. We might have somewhat of a bust here on this folklore shit. But maybe we can go back to the other video and just watch the other video? And maybe try and take notes? You got a sub? Yeah, I mean, true. Book buyer sub today, guys. You guys are falling behind. What is this? Get your shit together. I shared my Amazon commercial with another Sean who's a writer, and he was drunk at the time, but he wanted to raid the Amazon owner's house to force that ad into reality. I mean, it said we were having an ad break, but it apparently... Oh, there it is. There, the ad break just started. At least from my end, it says that the ad break started. I wish it would pop up in the all chat, but for some reason this message doesn't pop up in the all chat. It just comes up as announcement. So annoying. I have like no money. Me neither, Sean. I mean, Raymond. It will never happen because of the royalties from Transformers, but it's still the best Amazon Prime ad that will ever exist. Find a sugar something. Lol. True! Alright, are we back, guys? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out. A sugar dummy? That just sounds like an oxymoron. We are definitely not back. I'm also leaving a bunch of essays on Discord from translating all my shit. Hell yeah, Raymond! That's what I'm talking about, brother! Spice up the Discord with your shit, brother! I believe! So, like, we should be back, right, guys? Did I close the other video?
A ton of our modern...
It's still open. You're back? First, she tears you apart in bed, then buys you everything you want during the day. Beeza says we are back. He said welcome back. He didn't say he was back, but I'll take it as that.
Let me ask you, are there meals?
I was going to talk about food lore. The reason for the discovery... Now imagine this, guys. Who the fuck is fucked in the mind enough to want to eat the leg of a giant fucking spider? Like, think in your head, what kind of situation would someone have to be in?
You are in for it now, sweetheart. Take those sexy glasses off like a good girl. You don't need to see what happens next.
That they would eat the leg of a spider. Like 6 feet. So like one of its legs is like... Yeah, probably more than my arm length. So probably like 5 to 6... Each foot is 5 to 6 feet long. Its body is like... fucking huge. Probably like... a cow? So, like, their body's probably, like, the size of a fucking cow. These things are massive. Like, think of, like, Shelob. Something like Shelob, but it's, like, it's not that type of spider. It's a dire mite.
I miss my sexy librarian.
No.
You can put those sweet sight setters back in place, slut.
Thanks. Final Fantasy. This. So yeah, something like this. But its body is like bigger. So imagine like a bigger body, kind of smaller legs. If it's 6 feet tall, those legs would be the size of your arm and probably taste stronger than crab, but similar flavor profile. That's the idea, Sean, that it's similar to crab, and that's like where I came up with the idea for it. But someone had to be extremely desperate, assuming the carapace was removed. Exactly, it's like trying to eat a lobster or a crab with the shell still on. It's like trying to eat an orange with the peel still on. A watermelon with the fucking, there's a word for it, grind still on. I don't know why we ended up here. Why am I participating in this? Because we're talking about food lore book. And Eddie in the mix! Welcome! And the food lore is about the dire mite leg. Because the dire mite leg is the most amazing delicacy in the entire world, as far as everyone knows. No one's eaten a Moogle or a Kate Sith or a Cactuar, but as far as everyone knows, of the things people have eaten, dire mites are the fucking prime. How you're pretending this is an insane thing to eat that you'd only eat out of desperation. Well, people do now. But think about it back in the day, Levi. Like, let's say you're in Australia as like a caveman. Are you hunting kangaroos or are you hunting spiders? Like, are you fishing for fish or are you trying to catch snakes? Australia's a pretty rough place to get by. Take whatever you can get and don't complain. But I mean, are spiders even edible? Like, what part of the spider could you, like, actually eat? Like, would you just eat the entire thing? I rather eat a fucking slug. Spiders are edible, but you gotta watch out for the venom. Yeah, so it seems like it's just like if you're a caveman, you're just gonna die if you eat a fucking spider. Venom is edible, but if you get got... Yeah, some spiders are edible and even considered a delicacy in certain parts of the world, particularly in Southeast Asia. However, it's important to note that not all spiders are safe to eat and some may be poisonous. True book. So without even knowing it, guys, I came up with a food lore that is grounded in reality. That's what I'm looking for, guys. Is when I have an independent idea and it lines up with another culture and reality because of, like, just certain things. If I'm talking like AI, I'm using an AI. I see. But yeah. So, I don't know. From my point of view, because this is just coming from me, man, what it would take to get me to eat a spider, holy fuck, I would literally have to be dying and there's nothing. Is ChatGPT the new Google for searching up random facts? Wait, Beezus, Grok is the new. If you want a free one, just use Grok. If you're ever gonna search anything, like let's actually do this. Why would you ever use Google when you have Grok? Google's great for broad searches, especially if you're digging for diverse sources or specific sites, but Grok, I'm built to cut through the noise with concise, tailored answers, often with a dash of outside perspective on humanity. Plus, I can analyze X posts or uploaded files, and for real-time insights Google can't touch. If you want quick, no BS responses, or to explore what-if scenarios, I've got you. Google's a library. I'm a sharp friend who knows where the good stuff's hidden. I love how this guy fucking talks, man. It's so good. You seen those tribes in Africa that wet pots and use these web pots as nets to pass through clouds of flies and catch them? Then they mix them all into a dough and make fly burgers. Damn, Raymond, that's fucking amazing. Oh, I love that kind of shit. See, I never... That is an example, Raymond, of... like, the world being, like, more fantastical than fantasy. Or any kind of imagination that you have. I would totally bring them up, assuming they convinced me to eat them in the first place. They also eat fucking clay. I mean, technically there's nutrients in clay. It's technically just, like, solidified dirt water. Eat raw animal organs and blood. Yep. There's a tribe. There's a tribe in South Africa or something like that they live on, like, huts made on the water, and they fish, and, like, their spearfishers can go underwater for like 8 or 9 minutes and spearfish for like 8 or 9 minutes. Like, on average. It's fucking insane. Of one of the only things I will never try is animals' eyeballs. People make fun of British food. True, Levi, there's some fucked up shit. But wherever that you can pull from real life, or your ideas converge with real life, is a very, very strong point to have. You can process everything if you cook it the right way. That's very true, Raymond. Cooking it is a very important aspect.
Is there anything special you do for specific meals? Do you have a Sunday meal? Did your family have them? What do you eat on Christmas versus New Year's?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. Okay, guys, I never even thought about that. Holidays. I know we have holidays and traditions in the tree and stuff like that. Like chicken foot soup where they take like the chicken foot bone and they just put it in the soup and they, you know. Sorry, but the only thing I'm ever tempted to make fun of is spotted dick. It's probably very good, but the name is just hilarious. New Zealand has a Christmas ham country. Do you guys know what the Japanese eat for Christmas? I bet Levi does. But does anybody else? Yes, Book. Okay, apparently everyone knows. KFC. Yes, KFC is like, it's like branded in Japan to be, because Christmas is like American, right? And KFC is American. And KFC over there is super, super fancy. Like, no, KFC in Japan is fancy as fuck. Like, it is not McDonald's. And McDonald's over there is fancy as fuck, too. But, like, Japan, unknown country, no one knows of it. Fried chicken is so massive in Korea, I was honestly surprised. Well, isn't fried chicken one of the original reasons for, like Korean barbecue? Because they would just, like, deep fry the fucking chicken right there. And then they just did it with, like, different types of beef and stuff like that. And then you had the deep fries, you had like the flat tops, you had like the grills, and you just had the different ways that you could cook the meat. And it was like, you know, they just like to fry shit. Well, I mean, it isn't stir fry? I don't remember if it's Korean or Chinese. None of the Korean barbecues I was at in Korea had chicken, just pork and beef. Really? I've never been, so I wouldn't know. But all I know is the Korean barbecue, like, the way that it's done, right? But I've never actually had Korean barbecue. Because we don't have that kind of shit here. Stir fry is broadly Asian because it's an Asian recipe. Pork is so good, too. I do not enjoy Korean fried chicken. It's too sweet for me. Or at least the types I tried. Oh, yeah, I'm like a pulled pork or pork balls kind of guy.
Versus Thanksgiving.
We have a lot of rituals like that.
Yep. And are there stories?
Okay, so here's some good notes. Let's just do for food lore broad overview. So we're looking at Haven 2. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? I want to try wild boar. I know there is in my region. Oh, we have wild boar here, Raymond. That's like a high bounty thing for hunting because they fuck up farmland. I've never tried venison, but I would love to try it because I love tender meat. But then again, I also love beef jerky. So, had wild boar in New Caledonia, and it was phenomenal. Yeah, apparently it's like the best, like, fucking tender shit. Not today, good sir. You think you can, but you can't. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. True. Okay. Why people started eating something. In my case, Diorite legs. How did people find out it was good? Also, why do people love fermented soups and kimchi so much? I don't know. I do not know, Beezus. I would eat it like Asterix and Obelix. I was surviving purely on Korean barbecue when I was there. Food taboos are often more interesting than specific dishes. Oh, that's a good one, too. I wonder if he brings that up. That's a good idea. Food taboos. Don't eat cats and dogs. Pets are off the menu. Different cultures have different pets. Somewhere eating a chocobo is sacrilege, but elsewhere it's their only sustainable food source. I love that shit. That's so good. Lots of people have a strange taboo about mushrooms. I fucking love mushrooms. I have a taboo about, like... I guess seeds is the best way to say it. No, I do, Beezus, but I mean, like, non... Like, I'm thinking of a... Like, I want to say non-mixable. Like, things that don't jive well together. Like, flavors that don't mix. Like for instance, putting sunflower seeds in, like, a salad. Or something like that. Or, hell, putting sunflower seeds in... Why would you put it in a food? You just eat it by itself. Oh, I went somewhere else with seeds. Book. True, Book, true. Sunflower seeds in a salad is good, though. Like, you wouldn't make a cake spicy. I think that's the best way. You wouldn't make a cake spicy. There are reasons for certain foods. And the flavor of that food, like, you wouldn't put cinnamon on your steak. Like, I think that's a better example of it. Yes, Book, because people do crazy things. Yes, Levi, people do crazy things. But if you think of the concept of the reason why it exists, like, a cake is a cake because it's sweet. There's no other reason for a cake to be a cake other than a cake is sweet. And it's like, how sweet do you want to make that cake? My philosophy in general is if something can kill me when I eat, if I don't eat it. Ever had sweet pizza? I pretty much only care about texture. Sorry, I don't eat it. Yeah, it makes sense, Book. If it has something that could kill you, you just don't eat it. But yeah. Yeah, like eating a live octopus and then having it, like, lodged in your throat with, like, one of its suckers and then suffocates you. I don't get food autism. I love trying new stuff. I like trying new stuff too, Levi, but I mean as a general concept. Like, tinkering and changing things is one thing, but the main concept, right? Like, you have your dull taste, you have your spicy taste, you have your strong tastes, you have, like, your base taste, like garlic, onion, basil, rosemary, what's another, oregano. They're just, like, straight baseline, like, specific like, salt-typed, spices. I wouldn't eat any living animal unless maybe if it was an insect. So, like, pineapple and pizza is a no. I'm allergic to pineapple. But what I'm saying, Beezus, is like, there are certain things that just don't seem like they could go together, but they do. Like, the greatest example of this is, like, the fruit, like, mat fries. Take a bunch of frozen fruit, throw it on fries, cover it in cheese, and throw it in the oven. Would you think that would be good? No. Is it good? Yes. So there's a difference between what you think something is and what something is. Like, I'm trying to think of the most disgusting thing you could do. I'm like, you wouldn't pour soy sauce into your cereal instead of milk. Like, that's probably the most extreme example I can give. Now try and push back on putting soy sauce in your cereal instead of milk. In Korea, they had cheese ice cream. Isn't that just like frozen cheese, though, Beezus? Like frozen sweet cheese? Like imagine, like, I imagine that, like, being a cheesecake. Like a cheesecake ice cream. Like a cheese ice cream cake. Ice cream cheesecake. Squid in its ink. That shit is so good. Why do you call it soy sauce rather than soy sauce? Japanese will laugh at you if you put soy sauce on rice. They use plum sauce. What's your take on Marmot Vegemite? I'm not... Does not compute? Does not compute? I don't know. But yeah, I'm not a fan of soy sauce. The hell is Vegemite?
This streamer is garbage. I don't want these
True!
points.
Exactly, book. The fuck is this? It's made from leftover brewer's yeast extract? Is it like a jam? It's like a... Is it like a salty jam? Salty, slightly bitter, malty, and as a umami. Oh man, I have not heard that word in so long. Umami. One of the 5 basic tastes. Savory. Savoriness. Umami. Yeah. It's like a salty jam. That's what I would call it. More like peanut butter spread, but very salty and not the most pleasant for most outsiders. Yeah, I would say so. And what was... So, food taboos. Why people started eating something. What was the other... rituals, like holidays... Traditions for why they eat when. Okay, there we go. I like that.
About the food. Like, I've told one on this podcast about my grandma's mac and cheese that can't be remade.
Yeah.
That's food lore. That's the folklore. And that's where, and I had never considered it. And it was really
Don't bother a cow in India. You can't go anywhere until the cow decides on its own to move out of the way. Yeah, because it's basically treated like a god, right? It's like, who is leaning over a talks? Cute Muffin is live. Hell yeah, Zoe! Go support Cute Muffin, bro. Go play some games with him. A reincarnated relative.
opening to me. Not that I put a ton of food lore specifically, but that
Thank you for
folklore
redeeming
doesn't...
chair dance. Itox will now dance for you. Please
There we go,
enjoy
Zoe.
this immersive experience.
Why aren't you saving up for stretch, bro? It was all about stretch. Well, what if that's your grandfather? Do you want to risk harming him? Dude, if I reincarnated as a fucking cow, I swear to God, I swear, someone better fucking kill me. I'd be a cow, Book. You get one male life, then one female life, then one male life, then one female life.
Fat fuck and touch your toes. I know you can't, but try anyways.
So,
don't follow.
they just say cow, but it's the same. Yeah, but I'd be a female cow. Not a bull.
The Weekend versus Weekend. Who will win? Tell me. What are you doing, bitch? Nice try, better luck next time, fat ass.
Fuck.
Get back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
Ugh. Someone bought Stretch, that's what he's doing. Yeah, Zoink did it. It's the double Zoink! The Zoinkinator has arrived!
Just mean. Here's the story of these kids who went into the woods.
Wait, you were literally the one that made him do it. Yeah, exactly, Beezus. That's why he's crazy. But look, he's on 2 different accounts. He's got Zoinko17 and Zoinko ZRY. Where's my fucking streak?
Woods
And an elf.
It
Did something.
means here's what your grandpa did and said, and here's what your family lore is, and here's what our food lore is, and
Get
here's
up, you fat
what
fuck, and touch your toes.
how we do
I
the
know
laundry.
You can't, but try anyways.
Are you
Don't
shitting
follow
me?
though.
Oh my god. Thank you, Levi, for keeping me active. My legs are gonna burn tomorrow. Holy shit, guys.
Feet cam.
I really should do that. I really should do that.
More like ass cam.
No, I should get a foot cam down here and switch to the foot cam when I do this, so you guys can see that I can't touch my fucking toes.
Uncle feet.
Then I'll actually have to keep my toenails
Nice try,
painted.
better luck. I thought
next
toes
time,
slipped
fat
into
ass.
chat lol. Get back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
The toe slipped into chat. True. You have the toes up on screen, bro. Get that shit going.
And that sort of
Yeah.
those habits passed down that have stories
You know,
attached to them.
No, I cannot stretch. I'm not. I have no stretch at all.
Uncle feet, look under you. I just made you say underwear, buddy.
True, Zoink. Book. No. Not with my knees. Without bending my knees. I mean, yeah, I can do that too, but like not with my foot fully extended. Can I call you Uncle Feel? You getting an ankle cam to point at your toes. I'm just going to take the other camera and just put it down there so I can turn it on And you guys can see my feet when I stretch. Super easy peasy, like. Uncle Fester! Yes, Zoink, go live.
In line with that, one of my favorite things that I've read was I guess they may have been a modern folklorist or something.
Yeah.
But they were talking about holiday traditions. Mm-hmm. And they said that one of the key Thanksgiving...
No, Zoink, I'm not looking at your stream. You can ask everyone else to. Don't ask me to, though. Everyone, go support Zoink. Pretty sure that's his account. That's the one he's streaming on. Yeah, go give him some love, guys. Can you just see that? Instead of a tracking ankle bracelet, it's a cam to record your toes everywhere you go. Sean, you may have just found out a new meta. Dude, that's IRL streams. Okay, guys. IRL streams, cross-dressing, makeup, with foot cam. That's why I click away so much. This is actually ahead of pace for most streams, book. This has been so unproductive. What do you mean, book? This has been super productive. We're having fun. But we also have usually learned more. What about, like, I think the greatest thing we learned today was food taboos, which is what Levi said. Things that you shouldn't eat. And the reasons why you shouldn't eat them that are aside from they'll kill you. Are you shitting me? So far I've learned nothing important. Wait, you're supposed to learn something important here, book? Oh. You might be in the wrong stream. Like this? I don't have much room here is the problem. I'm gonna hit my head on the fucking desk. I'm about 8
That's
inches
not what she meant.
from my toes. Maybe by the end of the stream I'll be able to fucking touch my toes. Holy shit.
Nice try, better luck next time.
Ah!
Back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
True.
Thank you for redeeming chair dance. Itox will now dance for you. Please fully enjoy this immersive experience.
Guys, we have a new Smokey. Zoinko is the new Smokey. I'm almost regretting enabling these, Oh, and by the way, like, we're actually further into the stream than we actually are, if you know what I mean. Because we're actually 2 hours into the stream because of the hiccup we had at the beginning, where my browsers crashed and everything went fuckity-fuck with OBS. So we had to, like, restart the stream. You can't stand up during a chair dance. There's multiple accounts watching at all times, so he pretty much has unlimited points to do this. True, Beezus. He's smart. He's watching on his phone, he's watching on his PC, he's watching on his mom's laptop, he's watching on his dad's phone. You need a cooldown? I mean, if it's actually interrupting
You can rest now, babe.
whatever I'm doing,
Somebody gonna get
hurt real bad. Oh, very much so. Yes, it is. My dad doesn't live with me, buddy. Oh, buddy guy, I used PS4. Oh, okay, very cool. Didn't know PS4 could do that. That is very nice. But yes, you guys, maybe that is why maybe we should get one that says block, and it blocks all redeems for like 30 minutes. So you can spend like 1,000 points to prevent people from using it. I don't know if it is something that exists, Beezus, but it is something we could try to figure out. I don't know. I would spam that button, but you would need very many points for it. Or at least just block the next one. Okay, maybe we can do something here, guys. If you don't want me to do whatever the next thing is, you need to get at
Go
least
back to normal
5
pitch.
ones.
This shit-ass accent is killing me.
You guys gotta get at least 5 ones, okay? 5 ones in the chat. If you guys can get 5 ones in the chat, we will skip for like 30 minutes. So like we'll like redo it every ad break. I'll help you out here guys. So we need one more. We need one more one in the chat to skip all of the requests. Alright, there we go. We now skip all of the requests. Where's Callie when you need him? He's probably in Tanif's stream. Okay, so we skip all requests now. Let's go. I don't know what to do with chair dance. I guess I could just turn off the alerts. Okay, that's what we're doing. We just turned off the alert. Oh no,
You
because
were
that's
in
going to
for it
be
now,
other
sweetheart.
things.
Take those sexy glasses off like a good girl.
So you can just
You don't
use your
need to see
points,
what
but it's not
happens
going to do
next.
anything.
Packing up the leftovers.
Yeah.
And it had never occurred to me,
Ooh.
but yes, that is something that everyone does at Thanksgiving, and it's something we have to do because otherwise the food would go bad.
Yeah.
But it is.
Let's say for large gatherings, in order to prevent food waste, food handed out as leftovers. And we can just extrapolate from these, and we'll have to like go back and find a foundational idea for each of these. But I like the idea of examples to go by, right?
Is also indicative
It's like how Health Check or whatever was before.
I miss my sexy librarian.
of the
You can put
entire.
those sweet sight
Look
setters
how
back in
much
place,
food we
slut.
have.
This streamer
This
is garbage.
year has
I
been
don't
good
want
to
these
us,
out-channel
kind of
points.
Thanksgiving ritual that
And who
we all
gets
do
it?
anyway.
Who takes it? And
Yeah.
Are you making a plate for this person? Is grandma saying, go off to college with this? Yeah. It's so interesting to think about all the pieces of folklore we have in our lives that aren't even the traditional kinds of folklore. And I'm really grateful for Dr.
Refresh
Thirsty
your
for
streams,
kind of
Oink.
making me understand that, because I do think that made me a better writer, thinking about the different ways that we tell stories.
Well, on the subject of Joseph Conrad making my books elitist and unpopular, my 16-year-old
Yes.
is going through the John Cleaver books right now.
Uh-huh.
And he is in the middle of book 3.
Can you do
And I
trolley
think he just
subway?
hit
I don't know what that is, Zoink.
a part that I'm not going to say, or he may have just finished it, because he texted my daughter, "How are we not billionaires?" That's the greatest compliment I have ever received on my writing, is my 16-year-old astonished that we're not household names and filthy rich because he loves the book so much. That was a great moment
That
for
is
me.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. So one of the other things that
I've done every problem. If you want to see the video, oh, it's not up on YouTube yet. It'll be uploaded tomorrow. The trolley problem video of all of the trolley problems and my morals on trolley problems.
I kind of learned.
So
about
that'll be up
folklore
tomorrow if you want to
was
watch it on the
How
YouTube.
many stories are common to how many cultures?
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh, that's important. How many stories are common across cultures? In this case, beast men. The more that line up, the more likely there is a real world event behind the story. There's always a creation myth. Yep. But people know how they started. They know that they came from the consciousness of the planet. They just don't know that they know that. It's just something you don't think about, and it's like breathing. You just don't think about it. But the second you think about it, you have to do it. Man, I cannot write anything to save my life. That's not true, Beezus. Just you just wrote something right there, and you're clearly saving your life.
Like to talk about the monomyth, the hero with 1,000 faces, right? That's not the most common myth that people tell you.
Is it Cinderella?
It's Cinderella.
Yeah.
How strangely, even eerily similar the different Cinderella myths are from all these different cultures, recorded from centuries and millennia ago, down to like weird things like the ashes on her face and being named after the ashes, to the number of stepsisters. And they don't all share these, but basically every culture has a Cinderella myth. There are hundreds.
Anyone else think that the book cover right above his head was a butt crack? Wait, this? It's like a guy standing in the eclipse? I can see the butt crack now. But, yeah, no, that's too funny. I see it now, but... Not the eclipse, the moon, sorry. He's standing in the moon. He's eclipsing the moon. Do a Sabbath... You mean a subathon? Zoink? I mean... Why? I don't have enough followers.
Sabathon.
No. What?
Hundreds of them recorded that are independent and not influenced by one another. You go to an uncontacted tribe and talk to them, and one of the myths that they're telling is the story of Cinderella.
That's so cool.
Isn't it weird? Like the leaving at a certain time, and the magical powers and all of this. Like this is one of the stories that human beings spontaneously create.
I think they're talking about Sabbath the band. Make a reward for 1,000 points. You have to spin the Wheel of Dares. That's a good idea. See, if you guys have ideas, drop them in the Discord, because that's a really good idea. The Wheel of Dares. Make it 10K or we'll never get anything done. Ooh, nice talent. Let's see if I'm good today. 13, fuck, dude. Ooh.
Just like in the old
Maybe
days,
not today,
they thought
boys.
that,
Maybe not
people
today.
thought that if you left meat outside, it spontaneously generated flies. Right? That flies came from meat. In the similar way, if you leave human beings alone, they spontaneously create Cinderella. Yeah.
Just grows in us
Man,
like a maggot.
Book, it
What?
really likes putting you as an orc. Like, do you have an orcish affinity with RN Jesus? Packing heat today. Ooh! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
What's that?
I don't know.
Origin stories that are extremely similar but have no correlation as to how the similarity came to be. Kate Sith! Hell yeah!
One of the
Mine is
things
Beezus and Atox combined. I don't know why I usually get a big pecker. I don't know, because your clit's fat?
I love about the commonness of Cinderella is that we can't point to the Bible.
Yeah.
Like the monomyth
6 centimeters is the longest I've ever gotten.
is
Insectoid,
present
nice.
in the Bible and the story of Jesus and things
Right.
like that. And Cinderella isn't really in the Bible anywhere.
No.
And
I
that
mean,
delights
Esther.
me about it. Esther is the one I was thinking
Esther, but you don't have the hallmarks, right? Esther is almost more of a Moses myth in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The person from the chosen people who is separated from them maintains their roots, which is still kind of monomythic.
Mm-hmm.
The monomyth, you can point at the Bible, and you can point at even going back to Gilgamesh, right?
Yeah.
And be like, all right, the monomyth, this is a central pillar of kind of Western / Judeo-Christian mythology. And so when you find echoes of it in Zoroastrianism, you find echoes of it in Christianity and Judaism, well, these are all happening in the same area. All of us have our roots in this fertile crescent. And so you'd be like,
I just had a second of disassociation. Just 1 second, book?
If you're religious, you're like, well, this is doctrinal. If you're non-religious, you'd be like, well, this story's just been passed down. It's an oral tradition that got written
where the
down.
fuck am I?
And then, of course, everyone keeps reading it.
I don't know where the
stories
fuck I
about it
am.
because you can go read Oedipus, and they did, and they rediscovered Oedipus during the Renaissance. That's what the Renaissance is about. So, of course, all of a sudden, people are writing stories that are using these Greek things. But with Cinderella, like I said, it's just like
It's just
China
everywhere.
has one that is
Could have been about 20
eerily
places they
similar.
cycle.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
but the famous Chinese one is one of the ones that's closest to the kind of Grimm's fairy tale one, where you're like, wow. And if
I
you look
hate
at the
when that
roots, it
happens. I
seems to have
remember
been
just staring at my dad's face and not recognizing it for like 10 seconds. That's fucked up, Beezus. Dear God, that would scare the shit out of me.
no interaction causing this to happen.
Yeah.
We just love
just love
https
Cinderella, and I will-
://wheelofnames.com/.
No! Zoink! Calm down.
Wonder if a part of it is as soon as a culture will develop any kind of class system.
Yeah,
Being
then
Ben,
they
like, where the
immediately
fuck am
tell
I?
The story of the person who broke the rules.
yeah.
And the poor person who got to live like a rich person because they were so good-hearted or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that might be part of the basis
I'm
of
sure
it.
that's part of it. It's a way to build a sense of fairness into a world that seems very unfair, perhaps. But that's like my number 2 most fascinating thing that I learned in my folklore classes, with number 1 being like realization that we have folklore that is not what I assumed, and number 2, this idea that we do share a lot of stories and things like that. My Dr. Thursby was actually very down on Here with 1,000 Faces.
Really?
Yeah.
It is very single-minded.
Yep. She said that in the community...
Okay, I really feel like this isn't going anywhere, guys.
QRSTUVWXYZ.
Really feel like this isn't going anywhere. So, let's try this one. Because, I mean, it seemed to have some good ideas.
JKLMOPQRSTUVWXYZ.
Zoink. I'm warning you, bro. You're pushing it. Not the time, not the place, bro. Trying to figure shit out here.
Making sure that the tone matches where, like, you want it to show up. So, for instance, if you're doing a rom-com, you would not want to use, like, the Juniper Tree folktale. That is, like, one of the darkest, in my opinion. However, you would...
I've literally never seen you mad at talks. Zoink's getting there, just like with Valiant Boy. I'm like, dude, there's... Okay, this is what irks me, guys. This is one of those things. You haven't been here recently, then. Zoinko's been pushing his buttons the last few days. It's a very specific button, guys. It's a very specific button. And it's very subtle, and it's understandable. But we had a discussion about that book. But he's Chinese. Valiant Boy was French. And Valiant Boy wouldn't stop posting pictures of himself. So I don't think Zoink is Valiant Boy. And Valiant Boy didn't stream either. But you know, you never know. You never know.
Itox doesn't like foreigners.
No, what? What the fuck? He's actually not Chinese. He's from Hong Kong, okay? I'll say that. He's from Hong Kong. But there's the principle of Hey, look at me! Hey, look at me! Look at me! Hey, look at me! Look at me! Look at me! I don't mind if you're like, hey, look at me! Look at me! Hey, look at me! Look at me! Look at me! Hey, look at me! Yeah, that's completely fine. But don't be like, hey, do this! Hey, do this! Dude, hey, do this! Hey, do this! Do this! You see the difference between those two things? Zoink is this, whereas Smokey is this. There's an element missing from Zoink. And the only way I can say it is it's pushy. It's pushy and fucking annoying. I'm telling Smokey. It's like, but and like, there's a point, right, where it's like, okay, you know, we can all kind of do our own thing, and it's like, you know, you push the boundaries. But when I'm like, dude, okay, it's getting a little much. Like, you know, there are points and times. I've even said this, like, to anyone. It's like, there are points and times, right? It's like, okay, it's getting too much. Like, when Smokey was spamming all of his 90,000 points, I really couldn't say shit because I'm the one who gave him the 90,000 points in order to spam it. I was completely enabling that shit. But with Zoink, it's completely different, where I'm trying to be like, dude, you're acting like a 12-year-old on the internet. I'm trying to tell you, dude, just bring it down a sec. Bring it down a notch. Like, specifically, don't put links into the TTS, and if you ask me to do something and I don't do it, wait until the next section of the stream or an intermission or something and then ask me again. But this is like the 12th time he said Wheel of Names. I don't know what the fuck Wheel of Names is. I'm trying to do something here. Sorry guys, I am fucking crashing out right now. Plus, once a person gets acknowledgement, they can lay off the look at me too. But yeah, trying to dictate someone else's stream is kind of BS, you know? Yeah, Sean, it's fucking intrusive. There's a way to do things, and
This streamer is garbage. I don't want these L channel points.
Zoink is, like, it may just be a language barrier thing, which is acceptable. That's why I'm giving as many chances as I possibly can. It's a wheel generator that you can put words on and spin. That's what I figured, Beezus. But it's like, I'm not gonna make the commands for it right now. Like, Zoink. Zoink, bro. I'm putting this in writing.
Zoinksfree, go to the Discord and post it in the Discord. I know you said you don't have it. If that's true, too bad. Stop spamming.
Exactly as it is represented as. Charles is the winner for my spin. At least it's a safe link.
Fine, post it on Twitter here, dude. Fuck this.
This, guys, is leading to an evolution of the stream. He doesn't have Discord. Sure, fuck it. Okay, he wants Twitter. Let's fucking goddamn make a Twitter community, guys. Fuck! I can't make a community because I'm not a fucking paid member. Yep, sorry, Zoink. Can't help ya. I tried, man. I wanted to make a community so we could all get together and post all our shit there. Nope, not gonna happen. I tried. Fuck it. So if you don't... No, Zoink, I'm not using anything else. If you don't have Discord, that sucks. That's too bad. Stop spamming it in the chat.
If you want to use ones that are like Cinderella-esque or...
That's funny how they're saying Cinderella.
I feel like Rapunzel's true origin is pretty dark. But still, you get what I'm trying to say. Making sure that the tone matches the genre is really important.
Yeah, I see a lot of people say that you can only use folklore in fantasy or more supernatural types of ShortStories. And that just isn't true. I mean, I bring up Cinder Nanny a lot. That is a retelling of a modern day contemporary.
Hi, whatever I download back Discord, fine, not hi. He has Kick, Twitch, and Discord. That's a lot. I also have YouTube. I have TikTok. I have Twitter. I just don't have, like, a community thing. It's like, I have a specific place for people to put this stuff so that it doesn't interrupt the stream, yet I know it's there. Yeah, but you're using a VPN anyways, aren't you, Zoink? So with a VPN, you can use TikTok, right? No, Kick is not Discord. Kick is different. Kick is just an Android phone messaging app.
Yep. Cinderella, that's folklore. So you can totally use it in any genre. It's just like you said, you know, maybe use an appropriate folklore or mythology for the genre. There's a lot of retellings of the Fall of the House of Usher that probably wouldn't work for a romance.
Unless it's like a horror romance.
Right.
Then maybe.
Right. And I was gonna say, yeah, like I could see it for a horror novel, but maybe not like rom-com. Be aware of the tone. So second question, let's talk research. What are the best researching methods you found personally?
Personally, I like to use books that are written by...
No, it's only BF. Oh, no, sorry. It's EM. You should do the EM. EM for emote. Or you can just do, with a capital letter, say backflip. Oh, no, I spelled it wrong. Backflip. Yeah. And better TTV emotes will turn it into an emote. If you use any of those words with capital letters. Like, I think spines. Roach out. Goon. Doesn't show. Dance. I don't know why my Discord is everything in Cantonese and I don't understand anything at all. Then uninstall it and change the language, Zoinko. Because you obviously have it in the wrong language. I could see using the wheel of names somehow linked to your channel points, such as with the race command. Adding the race names to the wheel might be fun, but I don't know how much of a pain that would be. Yeah, I have no idea about doing third-party program shit like that. I already deleted it and downloaded it back 500 times. I don't know, Google it. Why is it in Cantonese and not Mandarin? Maybe it doesn't support Mandarin, then you're fucked. I'm sorry, Zoink. But you don't need to keep putting the wheel of names in the chat. I already know what it is. We'll figure it out later. Okay? You don't need me to click on it and bring it up on stream. Anyways, ad break. I'm going to grind some weed, and I'm going to have a toke. I don't want it to be Mandarin. I want it to be fucking English. I don't know. Look for how you change the language settings. And it should be the exact same spot on the menu, no matter what the symbol is. It could say 17854. Just click 1, then click 7.
Grind some weed? I think you mean train.
Train my strength from grinding this shit. Shit is dense as fuck. I'm so excited for the amnesia, guys. I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna realize we're already in the 24-hour stream. And I'm gonna be like, wait, what the fuck? And they're gonna be like, that was your last bowl of amnesia. And I'm like, what the fuck's amnesia? And they're like, the weed you were smoking. I'm like, what the fuck is weed? What are you talking about? Change the language settings on Discord. Navigate to user settings, gear icon. Then find and select the language option. From there, you can choose your preferred language from the available list. And all you have to know is what language looks like in Mandarin or Cantonese. Or just go on to the English one and look for the exact location of where it is. Yeah, there are solutions for you, Zoink. You just have to be willing to go through with them. I know it can be hard sometimes. Okay, so I guess we're moving on to the next I don't fucking know. So we're now doing research. These notes are going to be all over the fucking place. I'm going to be like, what the fuck is this when I come back to it? Research.
Someone that has that folklore background in their education or as their special interest or their area expertise in some sort of way.
Is this
I
my
think
number?
Also, it's best to actually
Is already
read the
used it
original
because I already have an
fairy tale. That
account,
can be
so I already
really
got
helpful,
banned,
and
so I
that way you
deleted
can
it, but
kind of
still can't use
make
my
your
fucking
own
number.
interpretation and see what parts of the original fairy tale or folk tale speak to you.
Zoink, maybe you should wonder why you got banned and apply that to, like, something else. Well, actually, you know what? I mean, I don't know how, but I could always make a subreddit, right? No, I want to, like, create my... Can I, like... How do I use Reddit, guys? You have to have karma to do that? Not sure if you'll have enough. Oh, I mean, I got banned, so... I got banned from short stories. I literally posted 4 short stories, and they banned me. Because they said my shit was AI. Why don't you mix up Beezus and Raymond? Wait. What do you see on your screen? Beezus is green, Raymond is orange. Are you colorblind, Book? Wait, no, Beezus isn't orange. At least not on my screen, Beezus isn't orange. Look on my screen. Beezus is green, and then Sean's like the lighter green color. Actual color blindness. I can see on the screen it's green, but in my chat they're both orange. Yeah, and then Levi's like see, Levi and Beezus look the same here, but if you look on the screen, Beezus and Levi don't look the same. And Book Buyer's pink, so it's not terribly clear. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I only see colors. How do I check my karma? I probably don't have any. I have 1 karma. So yeah. I hate fucking walls. So yeah, I guess we can't make a subreddit, guys. Can't make a subreddit. So that's not gonna happen. So if you don't have Discord, you're fucked. Unless you want to make a community if you have a blue check mark and you're paying for premium. But I ain't making no fucking community. Fucking cost money. Fuck that.
And it's really fun because folklore is available everywhere. They'll usually be a part of the public domain space because they've been around for hundreds, if not thousands of years, depending on the tale. Also, it's just fun to Google or YouTube it to hear other people.
Technically can create a subreddit for you if you want one. I mean, I wouldn't use it, Beezus. I'm doing way too many things, guys. I need to step back and, like, perfect the things that I'm doing. And, I need to, like, go to, like, a bunch of different channels and, like, have the stream pop up in notifications for, like, different promotional channels in Discord. That's probably the most important thing for spreading, like, the stream is to do something like that. Like, that is the most important thing I have to do, and I just haven't fucking done it yet. I need to do it. Because I don't pick a color, so it's different for everyone. Yeah, it's true, Beezus. Anyone can be any color at some point in time.
Do not leave your seat. Do not move your feet.
True.
Do not stretch. Do not go to the bathroom.
We're
Have
ready,
another toke.
guys. We're ready. Let's do this. You seem like you need a toke. Beezus, I am so tired, I do not know what's going on right now. Like... I'm just... It is what it is. Sleep? What is that? I do not know of this thing you speak of.
Because once I personally have read the original fairy tale, I kind of get...
Read fairy tales. That might help.
my grip on what it is, but then it's really nice to see other people summarize it and see what they think is the most important part or what moved them or freaked them out the most.
Another thing I wanted to add, and this is just a personal preference, everyone, you're allowed to do what you want, but specifically when it comes to fairy tales, we see a lot of...
I think you'll fail that verification.
...version of fairy tales. I see a lot of The Little Mermaid retellings and a lot of Cinderella and especially Beauty and the Beast retellings. And it's always the Disney version. You know, you're allowed to do what you want to do, but just understand that that format of retelling is pretty oversaturated, and we're not seeing a lot of retellings of the original fairy
The Brothers Grimm.
Even, you know, retellings that even if
I'm in Discord.
So different, it is their own story. A great example of...
Well, if you're in Discord,
that book is so different.
Let loose in there.
Cinderella, but it's still very close to its roots. So just
let's go. I'm in the Discord, buddy.
The original source material offers a wealth of imagination and inspiration, so consider going to the beginning. Question number 3: how do you build an original idea around an existing...
Where did these numbers come from? There's no structure to this, guys. I'm dying. Building stories from scratch? I wanted to call one of the morning radio shows the kind that are all about making jokes on air on the first sunny day of summer and report a UFO, unidentified fiery object. Because I live in Washington, we don't know what the sun is. We never see it. Zoink. No. I am not looking at the Discord. I will look at the Discord after the stream.
Folklore.
So folklore is definitely meant to grow and breathe with the times. In my
folklore changes its appearance to match the culture, evolving darker or lighter themes based on the society currently dwells in. All right.
My opinion, so old ways of telling stories that maybe have spanned, like I was saying, thousands of years may not have the same relevant plot devices of modern day storytelling. Like I remember some of the first times when I was really little hearing about certain fairy tales and being like, that's it, that's the end, like because there wasn't that rising action, climax, falling action, that kind of thing. And so we want it to be able to live and grow and be interpreted in our modern way of telling stories as well. But it can help to have a modern spin or a modern takeaway from an old story, because ultimately folklore is an art form, and how you interpret it and how into your modern work is just as important as the story itself.
I'm going to keep using basic examples like Cinderella because that's something that pretty much everyone's heard of Cinderella. There are elements of Cinderella that a lot of like modern audiences think is ridiculous. Even if you look at the Disney version or the original version, it's like he can't remember who this woman is except like he needs to get her to fit into a shoe, you know?
Or like look at her feet.
Yeah, there are modern ways to tell the story where it will make sense. Like, I read a lot of Cinderella romance retellings, and they don't have him forget what she looks like. You know what I mean? Like, there are ways to modernize it for an audience that gets rid of some of the...
I thought the whole point... correct me if I'm wrong, but... it wasn't about him not remembering what she looked like. It was the fact that, like, she wouldn't show herself kind of thing, right? She was glammed up for the ball, then she went back to being normal. Yeah, she's like covered in ash. Plus, like, the stepsisters hid her. So when the prince came by, you know, like one of like didn't one of them cut their toes off to try and fit in the shoe? Yeah. So like there was some fucked up shit that went on, right?
Elements that are like, yeah, that worked back then, but today it's not gonna fly. People aren't gonna buy it.
People, yeah, like people aren't gonna buy today that someone would cut their toes off. But if you're talking about like a prince and you're like a fucking peasant and you're like, dude, if I just cut my toes off and I fit in here, dude, my life would be so different. It's like, yeah, I could see someone who's as crazy as those sisters doing something like that. That totally makes sense. But nowadays,
I texted you on Writers Unleashed community group.
Zoink, I don't talk in the Discord. Post things that you want me to do in the Discord. Like, that community is for posting your Royal Road, if you're a writer, any like your YouTube, all of your social, and stuff like that. You don't need to tell me, Zoink. I'll look at it, and other people can look at it. Like, you don't need to... You don't... unless, like... It's, like, Zoink, if it's something you want me to look at, like you posted a picture, you posted a meme, you know? You posted a writing. But if you're just like... Look, I posted something, bro. Look at what I posted, dude. Look at my post, dude. Look at my post, dude. Look at my post, dude. Look, I posted, dude. Look, I posted. Look, dude. Look, I posted. I posted something, dude. Like, look, I posted something. Look, you see how fucking annoying it is?
Yeah, or they're gonna think that the person is really shallow if they don't remember what somebody looks like.
Or, you know, foot fetishes are popular, and that's fine.
You know,
Dun dun dun! Nice. These are some nice feet. You can post a thing and then shut up about it. True.
you know what? I'd love to see.
This is why I think he's like a 12-year-old. Like Muffin is 15 and he has like a billion times more sense than you do, Zoinko. So, it can't be a cultural thing because he's Australian. So it's like, I don't know, man. You just gotta bring it down a bit. I know there's being eccentric and being out there, but you don't need to be so spammy, bro.
And erotica with
Because at some point in time, I'm just gonna fucking time you out.
like a Cinderella foot fet type of.
Dude, guys, that's what we're doing. We're definitely writing a Cinderella type story foot fetish where the dude cuts off her feet at the end of the story and like preserves them in like glass or something like that. But he has to lure her in, and the only way to lure her in is because she's a slut. So, you know, they fuck, he ties her up, they do their whole thing, and then it turns from erotica into fucking psychopathic murder! Cuts off her fucking feet! Choose your lane, I know I'm sad. But it'd be a total shock factor value. It would be amazing. They're just fucking, and then he's like, do you like pain? And it's like he's teaching her to be a masochist. And then he fucking cuts off her feet? It's fucking gold, guys. It's fucking gold.
It probably already exists. I mean, but
You
just
know what? It probably does.
It
comment
definitely
below
does.
The Cinderella foot fetish erotica, and we will read it.
That smut story was the first one I've ever seen him write from scratch, start to finish, within 1 hour or two. The backstage one, Beezus, like the foursome. I even took freaking books. I'm not reading that erotica. But you wouldn't know book until the end, and then it started to turn dark, and you're like, what the fuck? And if you didn't stop once it turned really dark, and he started, like, bloodletting her to, like, feel the pain, and then he eventually, like, if you're at that point and you're still reading, you deserve to get to the end and get him to cut off her feet. Like, maybe ripping off toenails? Maybe she's a masochist and she's addicted to having her toenails ripped off, and it's like the only way she can come. And then he just takes it so far as to just cut off her feet. What's to write snuff disguised as snuff disguised as smut? Not for me. Because I just think pushing the line is funny, okay? I mean, yes, it's definitely fucked up. I don't even want feet licking. Wait, you want, like, foot erotica, but you don't want feet licking? How does that work? What about, you just want to, like, feel them and maybe smell them, but not taste them? Okay. I mean, each their own, right? It depends. Like, some people like to look at them, some people like to touch them, some people like to smell them, some people like to taste them. She wants the woman to step on someone's balls. Guys, I'm clipping this. Zoink! I said I might time you out if you continue. I didn't time you out, bro. You're not timed out. If that's the reason why you shut up, then maybe I should time you out. So, like, if you were timed out, you wouldn't be able to type in the chat, bro. And I'd time out both of your accounts. Go sit in your timeout. Zoinko, go in the corner. Go sit in your timeout. We should add that command, timeout. I didn't time anyone out. And if you got timed out, I don't even think there's... Wait, Levi's a mod? Levi might have been able to time you out, but other than that... I mean, it doesn't say a mod took an action in my chat. If you gave me a timeout command, I'd use all my points. I'm playing Maple... Yeah, Levi's just, like, chilling in the background, doing his own thing, man. He's like, this stream don't need moderation. It talks loves going off the rails.
Number 4, is there a line to draw between utilizing real-world folklore and adding your own creative...
Again, I don't know where these notes are going, guys, but I guess we go with 4. Original or spin-off. I think that's a better way to say it, right?
spin on it?
This will depend on the person. So in my own opinion, creation stories being used as retellings is a boundary that I personally have of not retelling, because it's integral to that person or people's and their belief systems on
Fair enough.
what their life is based on. For instance, for some folklore, it's considered a religion. So I would tread lightly personally because of this being a framework for somebody's faith. I think that's important to recognize, especially when it's not your own faith. Unless you have your own interaction with that piece of folklore. And
I think this is a Karen opinion, guys. I don't think anything needs to be gatekept. I just think you need to do your due diligence to respect the content that you're working with. But aside from that, I don't think anything should be like gatekept. That's one of the reasons why I like writing the stories that I write, is because I hate the idea of gatekeeping a fucking story. Anyone... Okay, Beezus, everything I say when it comes to this has 2 caveats. Underage and sexual. Take out underage and take out sexual. Those are the two automatic caveat assumptions that you make with everything that I say. When I generalize an overarching thing, I am excluding the two caveats of underage and sexual abuse. Other than that, pushing the boundaries of things, I think, is extremely important in storytelling. But yes, there are two things you do not go near. But, like, I think Dead Girl is as close to, or is, like, as near as snuff as, like, fuck, what was I just thinking of? Why do I want to say Twilight? It's not Twilight. 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey is basically snuff disguised as smut. Do you agree? If you write anything about scat, I'm reporting the stream. I hate scat, Beezus. I will not even write about that. That is, like, off limits to me. It's just the one thing I'm just... No. Water sports, yes. Scat, no. Always enema. Always enema. April morning, open your stream and talk shit. Adorable trout. I strongly believe as you run it by people connected to it and get their opinions and feelings and weigh whether to implement it earnestly, anything goes. Caveats excluded. Yes. That's exactly what I mean, Adorable Trout. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, thank you. That is exactly what I mean by doing justice to the source material that you're using. Even if you're doing something like my Nepotism Unleashed, which is like a parody of... basically a parody of our political system and like how nepotism is a massive problem in government, and when nepotism starts to affect government, does that not lean towards more of a theocracy than anything? And it's the idea of basically like all the presidents are on Air Force One going to a peace meeting over the signing of a bill about healthcare and a universal vaccine. And somehow the idea is like, I changed the names of the characters and everything, but basically Hunter Biden gets on the plane and he's like drugged out doing coke. He's got like a journalist and a prostitute with him, and he winds up basically causing Air Force One to crash into the Burj Khalifa. And it's like a reverse 9/11 where the premise is, if the biggest problem in the Middle East is terrorism, then the biggest problem in the West is nepotism. And it's kind of this critique on how far can it be pushed. And so to some people, it would be extremely untasteful, taboo, and like over the line. Especially because the working title for it was Reverse 9/11. But it's like, if you can't have a discussion and you can't have a rational understanding of the reason behind why the story exists and the parable that it can teach, then I think you need to go back to the drawing board with your ability to communicate. But that's just me. That's my complete take on it, right?
AC7 Ion Man.
Action Man? Zoink. What? Zoink, zoink. Action Man. Alright, bro. Sounds like a good time, though.
And or have sensitivity readers to make sure you're not perpetuating misinformation.